Hey guys, so I'm back and this video pretty much covers a plethora of things. It's like this multitude of different things that are just covered in this one video. First and foremost, I'm going to kind of demonstrate how I would use milk of magnesia, and this is the Philips version, but they're different brands obviously and they're different versions of this, but it's just demonstrating how I would use milk of magnesia to help control oil for my oily skin, and I go into how I would apply that and how I would use it, when I would apply it, and yeah, it also kind of goes into a quick foundation review for my Lingerie Depot from Guerlain, and this is a great foundation that I have been using. So it goes into a mini review of this foundation, and as well as like an everyday foundation routine. And this is the foundation routine I have been using for the past few weeks, especially when I just want to get out the door, but I still want to have a face that looks very put together and fresh. So stay tuned for the tutorial if you're interested, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below in the comments and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for the tutorial. So let's talk about what milk of magnesia actually is. It's a suspension of magnesium hydroxide in water, and it has a very milky white appearance and consistency when mixed in water, hence the milk of magnesia name. It was originally developed by Philips, hence the Philips brand name, but it's also available under different brand names, and you can find this in various drugstores, and if you can't find it in your country, you can always try to get it via Amazon or online. You can try it out. But again, it's just a suspension of magnesium hydroxide in water, and it's meant to be used as a laxative and for stomach ailments. But it has been found to be useful for skin conditions, especially for oily skin. And what it does is, once you put it on your skin, you can use it as a face mask. Apply it to your skin, allow it to dry, and then rinse. And that you can do once a week, twice a week, just to remove excess oil and sebum from your skin. You can also use it as like a base to your foundation and to your makeup, because what happens when you apply it to your skin, it leaves this sealing film over your skin that helps to seal in the oils and kind of keep moisture in your skin, so your skin isn't forced to produce all this excess oil. Because what it does, by osmosis in the intestines, it helps with, but I won't get into that, but it works mainly by osmosis, and what it does is kind of pull hydration from your body to the surface, and it kind of helps to seal in the hydration that's already in your skin. Therefore it kind of helps your skin to stay hydrated and moisturized without producing that excess oil, because when you get oily, it's really your skin trying to counteract dehydration or like a lack of moisture. So with this, it seals in the moisture, it pulls moisture to the skin, so it helps to kind of eliminate the need for producing that excess oil. And because of that, it helps with acne. I'm not saying it's an acne solution, but if you use this as a face mask, it can actually help with your acne that's caused by that excess oil. And it does over time actually help with you'll see like a lessening of the oil that's produced by your skin naturally. And people have reported that their skin looks better, their pores are minimized, and all that. So there are actually great benefits to it. So try it out. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is start out with a clean face. I just washed my face and I did my eyebrows just because I do that right after I wash my face and my face is still dry. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my moisturizer. For this, I'm using my oil control lotion from MAC, and you can use whatever moisturizer you normally use. This is just what I find works well with my skin. It's lightweight and it helps with oil control throughout the day. So I just apply that with my hands all over my face, making sure to get under my eyes and down my chin. Now, whatever moisturizer you use, you want to go ahead and let that set for a few minutes. So once your moisturizer sinks into your skin, and you'll know that just based on your normal routine how long it takes for your moisturizer to really truly absorb into your skin, depending on the moisturizer you use and dependent on your skin. So do what you would normally do for your moisturizer. My next step now is going to be the actual Milk of Magnesia, and for this I'm using the Philips original version. You don't want to use the strawberry or the mint versions. You want to go for just the regular original Milk of Magnesia. So whatever one is the white one, and whichever one is not scented or flavored. So you want to go with the flavor-free, scent-free version. So just regular Milk of Magnesia. You can get even the store brand for this. I just have Philips because that's the one I have. Now I'm just going to take whatever is in the cap, and you'll see that there's like just a little bit of residue in the cap, and I'm going to just grab a foundation brush. This is my Shiseido foundation brush, and it's just small enough for what I need it for. So you can grab something like this with the rounded pointed edge, or you can grab even a flat top foundation brush like this, or you can just go ahead and use your fingers, whatever works for you. I'm just gonna pick it up on the brush, and I'm just picking it up just like that, and I'm gonna apply it now right down my trouble areas. So in the areas that I definitely need oil control, and I'm applying it in my pretty much my T-zone area. So right above my eyebrows, right over my nose, and be sure to get around the corners, and then over my cheeks. And you can pick up as much as you need. You may need to go ahead and dip a little in the bottle, and I use this only for my face, so I'm not actually like taking this for an upset stomach. I use this just for my face. I'm just putting it where I would normally get oily, and I can feel it on my skin. You won't see a residue necessarily. Some Milk of Magnesia versions you will see the residue right away, but this you won't. Now I'm gonna let that dry, and you will feel the cooling sensation. And so just allow that to dry for a little bit, and then we'll go into the foundation. So once the Milk of Magnesia dries on your skin, you will feel somewhat of a tightening sensation. Your skin will feel like it's getting a little bit tighter and stiff, and you can also see telltale signs sometimes of the white residue left over. What I like to do is go ahead and just rub those in slightly so it's not obvious under my foundation. Now, it's still going to be covered by your foundation, so you don't have to worry too much about it, but I just rub in the obvious signs of residue. Now the next step is to apply a primer, and I recommend using a primer if you do go with the Milk of Magnesia method, just because the Milk of Magnesia leaves somewhat of a chalky residue, and you want to cover that and cover any texture that may be left behind by that chalky residue. And that's what a face primer does, is smooth out the skin and, you know, cover any kind of rough textures that you may have, and prepare a really great canvas for your foundation. So for this I'm going to use my Girl On, what is this, Radiant Concentrate with Pure Gold. And I love this just because it adds a nice glow to my skin. So I'm just going to get a pump of that in my hand, nothing crazy. And if you have oily skin, you may not want to use too much primer, so you don't want to go ahead and over apply any face primer, because with oily skin, more layers adds more product to slip and slide around your skin. So you want to keep your layers thin and light. So go ahead and apply your primer as you would. and allow that to also set on your skin just a little bit. And while that's setting, I'm just gonna apply some mascara to my lashes so it doesn't look like I'm completely devoid of makeup. Brightens up my face just a little bit, opens up my eyes. So this is my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. So just apply a little bit of that. Now, this primer absorbs pretty quickly, so, well, it dries pretty quickly, so I'm not too worried about it lasting too long. So my next step now is my full cover concealer from Makeup Forever, and I'm just going to apply that right under my eyes. I'm grabbing my Sonia Kashuk pointed top foundation brush and just blending that under my eyes. And I also go in the inner corners because I do tend to have a dark shadow there. And then just blend that across the lid lightly. Now the great thing about this concealer is it dries pretty matte and pretty fast to a waterproof finish, so it will kind of resist creasing on my lids, so I don't necessarily need to put a eye primer on that too for the creasing. So just apply that, and then I'm gonna go ahead now and apply my foundation. And it's funny, I use a soap dish for this. I use a metal soap dish for my foundation, just one pump. And this is my Guerlain Clé de Lingerie, well, not Clé de Lingerie, Lingerie de Peau foundation, and this is number 24. And for reference, my MAC shade is NC45. Now I'm going to pick that up on my my Sigma flat angled kabuki and just apply that over my skin now. And I'm going in downward motion first and getting under my eyes. And downwards, I apply my foundation downwards, and I'll tell you why. Because I have light, like peach fuzz on my face, and a lot of girls have this problem, especially if you're from one of those ethnic groups that have hairy skin, and Indians tend to have hairy skin, and that's okay. But I will have like very light peach fuzz like right here, and what this does by applying my foundation downwards, it lays the hair down, so I'm not bringing the hair up and kind of making it obvious. So this kind of lays the hair down and covers it if it's visible at all. And make sure to get down your neck, because you want to blend along your chin. Like I see people get down their neck, but then they don't blend right along the line of their chin, which can actually, even though you have foundation down your neck, right under your chin gets overlooked. So apply that. I'm applying it between my eyebrows and across my forehead. And you don't have to apply as much foundation everywhere, or the same amount of foundation everywhere. Apply as much as you need. So for instance, my nose, I don't need a lot, so I only apply the remainder of the foundation on my nose and around it. So just like that. And this foundation is really great in that, and I'll do like a mini review, but it sets really nice. It has a lightweight feel to it, and it matches my skin great, and it blends in seamlessly. And the greatest thing I think about it for oily skin is that throughout the day we are going to get oily. We do spring oils all over our face. The natural oils come out, but with this foundation it comes out in kind of like a glowy effect rather than, oh, here's my oil slick face. It comes out where I start looking dewy? What the heck is dewy? Dewy rather than oily. So even though I do see the oils coming up, it's a dewy finish, like a glowy finish, rather than I'm an oil slick, fry some chicken on my face. Now I'm going to just set my foundation with my matte cream blend. No, what am I talking about? Studio Care Blend powder. and this is in dark, and you see I use it quite a lot, and I'm using a puff and pushing that powder into my skin. I make sure to get under my eyes where I can get some creasing, around and on my nose where the oils will spring up. And again, you don't have to apply as much powder in the areas that you know aren't troublesome for you. So I must apply powder above my eyebrows because I get really oily there, but like on my chin I don't really get, well I do kind of, but I don't really have to apply as much on my cheek area and like on my jawline because that area doesn't get too oily. So now you'll have your foundation is now set, and you want to set your foundation with powder if you want long lasting wear, especially if you're oily. Now I'm just gonna pick up my Sonia Kashuk large powder brush and just lightly sweep across my face and remove any excess powder that there may be, because you don't want that powdery effect. Even though I press the powder in to avoid that, I still want to remove any excess. And now that's your finished face. Now what I would do to complete a look, just the basic face, is grab my natural, like a natural blush, and for this I used my exposed Amazonian clay blush from Tarte. Very natural looking blush, and this is great for dark skin to add just a flush of color. And this is my flat top contour blush bronzer brush from Sephora Professional, and I just apply that. Oh, my alarm's going off. I just applied a pop of that on the backs of my cheeks and brush it towards my hairline. And this just adds a little bit of warmth to my skin. And then I'll also go in and contour just slightly. And for this I use my NYX matte bronzer, and this one is Deep Tan. My angled Sigma Kabuki brush. And apply that, just a slight contour, because I'm just going for a everyday face, nothing too crazy, nothing too defined. But this adds some dimension to your face that the foundation would have taken away. So that's my finished everyday look using Milk of Magnesia for oily skin. And yeah, this face will last me all day, and like I said, with this foundation I just get a slight, very slight glow at the end of the day. So hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.